TIFU for ghosting my friend group for nearly 3 years and finally realizing they miss me. Today, I got a voicemail. I move a lot. My parents aren't even in the military. But they can't seem to stay in one place for too long due to one random excuse or another. I am also a hyperactive, impulsive, self-destructive individual. Haha. This has led me to have something called separation anxiety about any and all friendships. I'm basically that new puppy who will pee on the bed because I don't want to get out of sight. The term third wheel doesn't begin to describe the type of isolation I feel when my brain decides to take any perceived reaction as a negative one. Any slight pinch in emotion, lack of eye contact, casual sigh, or unenthused smile keeps me up. But about this, I tend to internalize my issues so people don't think I'm clingy or overly annoying. So as most of my friendships go, I make friends, see they are closer friends with other people, start to get anxious, and self-destruct in time for me to move again and start fresh. Well, come middle school I start to develop a new friend group again. This was the start of 7th grade and the school I went to integrated schools from other districts. So generally people didn't know each other either. This was good for me since it became a big orgy fest of interactions. It wasn't until 8th grade that my closest friend group started to take off. These people became my closest friends in life. Most of us shared a science class together and the other people I was close to shared similar friends and classes with me. Freshman year, we had multiple clubs together, hung out almost daily every morning and afternoon, and established our Goblin group after starting D&D together. We were tight, but more and more people joined our group and that's when the anxiety started creeping up again. Come pandemic, we communicated exclusively through Instagram and had a group chat to keep each other company. But that's when my anxiety started to creep up to newer levels. I had no classes with them. Clubs were canceled due to COVID. And we couldn't hang out in the mornings anymore due to new standards. I was swamped with homework. And our group just got bigger and bigger. I would cry myself to sleep thinking I was an expendable unit and had multiple thoughts of unaliving myself and even tried with a hairdryer cord. During this time, my sibling was also feeling depression due to grades and made an attempt to run away. School got involved and my parents said we have to move back to a state I lived in before. They made multiple excuses but none of them were good. We pack up. I ghost everybody on Instagram. Leave the middle of sophomore year to rural-ass Tennessee and accidentally make friends with the one person everyone at the school hated. I had no one else. Spoke to no one the rest of sophomore year and half of junior year. Wore a mask even though no one there believed in masks or COVID. Everyone knew each other already. I was physically and mentally isolated from everyone because I thought I was hated. Around junior year, I joined theater and finally made some friends again. And senior year, I now have a couple friends I can talk to consistently. Present day, I'm in a better place. I get a voicemail today from an unknown number and what do you know? It's my old friend. I was never kicked out of the Goblin group chat in these 3 years. People still try to contact me on Instagram. They did miss me. I missed them. I screwed up. And now I want to talk to them again. I don't want to be alone again. TLDR got major anxiety and thought I was hated, too boring so I ghosted my closest people. Turns out they still think about me 3 years later. It's never too late to reconnect. I hope your better place is a place of confidence and faith in yourself and your interpersonal relationships. With a healthier mindset, you can make these relationships stronger than before. Godspeed, heart. Man, I still think about my ex, old best friend who I haven't heard since 2013. finally got a working number, but it directly to their parents before her. At the time, the relationship got hard and mental health made it harder. Ended up ghosting each other, and I tried reaching out, but by then she had a new number. I want to reach out, but honestly, I don't even think she thinks of me. I DC about a relationship, but I do miss my one friend who I could tell them anything.
Google RSD, rejection sensitive dysphoria.
I'll say real friends don't care how long it's been. I went 3 years or so not talking to my best friend because of life and moving and so on. But when we reconnected, it was like no time had passed. We are still just as close now, even though we live about 2,000 miles apart. Don't talk to him every day or week because life gets in the way of things. Been out of school 15 years and have 3 kids of my own. And he runs a contractor business. We each understand life gets hectic. Mate, get in contact. Trust me. You should reconnect with them. Do your best. And for future reference, in all of your relationships, whether people will reciprocate or not what you do for them, it is on them. But you should not fall short of doing your best for the people you love out of fear of being abandoned. If they let you go, it's their loss. But most of the time, you harvest what you sow. If you do your best to cultivate your relationships, you'll find out you are loved, and there will always be someone there for you, whether they are physically close or miles away. Worth trying to reconnect for sure. I had a wonderful friend who I distanced from after a minor fight, and it's just been the most amazing thing to reconnect with her this year. I relate to this story a lot and feel so happy for you, Op. Stay strong, heart. I'd like to gently suggest you pursue therapy. You sound very self-aware, which is amazing. But these kinds of issues can continue into adulthood and lead to real bad choices. You may have ADHD or some kind of personality disorder. Good luck to you. Your parents are definitely murderers. Reconnect. Explain the anxiety. Almost everyone was mentally struggling during the pandemic. They'll understand. I've had multiple fights with my lifelong friend group, but we're basically family. So it happens. But we always make time for each other. Not always right away, but life happens. And it's important to be okay with being alone. You're not always going to have access to your friends. You might have BPD friend. Talk to a therapist about CBT or DBT. It'll help a lot when that self-destructive anxiety. I hope you respond. They sound like good friends and actually reached out to you after years. I'm in this TIFU and I don't like it. Not the moving around a lot, or anything to do with school during pandemic. Far too old for that. But the over-analyzing every little friendship and self-destructively cutting myself off from one's eye. Don't feel valued in? Sounds like my life story.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.